Hello, everyone. I've got some exciting news to share with you today. The U.S. Supreme Court has made a significant ruling in favor of former President Trump. Let's dive into the details. In a recent ruling, the Supreme Court has declared that former presidents are immune from criminal prosecution for official acts they carried out during their time in office. This decision is a victory for Trump, who faced investigations by federal and state authorities for his actions as president. While the court didn't address the specifics of his case, it did rule that no sitting or former president is exempt from indictment or prosecution for ordinary crimes committed either before or after their term. However, it seems that Trump's legal troubles are far from over. He still faces investigations by several district attorneys, such as Alvin Bragg in Manhattan and George Gascon in Los Angeles. These investigations might focus on hush money payments to adult film stars, which could be classified as ordinary crimes, rather than official acts of a president. So there you have it. While the Supreme Court has granted immunity to former presidents for official acts committed during their term, it's clear that Trump's legal struggles are set to continue. We're diving into some exciting news about the ongoing trial of President Trump. The Supreme Court has made a significant ruling that could potentially delay the trial even further. As you may know, Trump is currently facing charges of federal election subversion. However, the Supreme Court has just issued a major ruling in Trump's favor, granting him immunity for certain actions he took as president. This comes as a relief to Trump, but it also means that the trial could be put on hold until this matter is resolved. This decision was made by a 6-3 majority, with the liberals on the dissent. The judges have scheduled another hearing on April 30th to discuss the specifics of Trump's immunity claim. If upheld, this could push back the trial even further, and potentially lead to a new set of judges being assigned to preside over it. So there you have it. In a recent ruling, a judge has rejected a decision made by a federal appeals court back in February. This previous decision found that Trump was entitled to no immunity for alleged crimes he allegedly committed during his presidency. In order to reverse the 2020 presidential election results, the latest decision clarifies that presidents do enjoy immunity for official acts, but not all acts can be considered official. As a result, lower courts will now need to determine which acts qualify as official and which ones are subject to immunity. Trump himself called the recent ruling a big win, although it's important to note that there are still many legal hurdles ahead for him in multiple states. This is definitely an ongoing story that we'll be keeping an eye on. We're diving into the latest Supreme Court decision and its implications for Donald Trump. So, buckle up as we unpack the key takeaways from Monday's historic ruling. The Supreme Court has granted partial immunity to Donald Trump in the special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into his election subversion case. This one comes at a crucial time as Trump is gearing up for his 2024 re-election campaign. Now let's unpack what this means for Trump and his legal battle. He can still be charged with obstruction of justice or conspiracy, but any charges related to election subversion would be put on hold until after the election season. This means that Trump can continue his 2024 run without fear of arrest that could potentially derail his campaign. But what about Jack Smith? The ruling also grants him immunity from charges related to the FBI Mar-a-Lago search. So, what does all this mean for the other ongoing investigations? Well, it appears that both parties are digging deep on this front, with no sign of a deal being imminent. So there you have it, folks. That's your quick rundown of Monday's Supreme Court decision and its implications for Donald Trump, the Supreme Court's ruling on Trump's legal efforts. So, buckle up and let's get started. In a recent Supreme Court decision, the justices sided with Trump, stating that for core presidential activity, Trump has the absolute immunity he sought. The majority also clarified that Trump's conversations with the Justice Department were covered by absolute immunity. However, they also noted that there is at least some immunity for other official actions and more routine powers held by the president. This process could take weeks or even months to sort out in lower courts. What's even more interesting is that the majority of the court made it clear that official acts cannot be considered evidence in a potential trial, which could make it harder for Smith to win this case. We're going to dive into the latest developments in the federal case against Trump. Now, you might be wondering, what's next in this federal case against Trump? Well, buckle up because it's about to get interesting. The next steps are likely to be more hearings, written arguments, and even proceedings with witness testimony and debates over evidence before us. District Judge Tanya Chutkan in Washington, D.C. Once Judge Chutkan works through the legal issues, there's a possibility that more appeals of her preliminary decisions could put the case on hold again, adding in significant delay. So there you have it. Keep an eye on this case as it unfolds. We're discussing the latest news about Trump's nominee, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, and her push for a swift trial. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, Trump's last appointee to the High Court before leaving office, has expressed frustration with the lengthy proceedings in certain cases. In a recent concurrence named in her honor, Justice Barrett called for a faster resolution of cases and criticized the court for sending cases back to lower courts for more proceedings, which only lead to further delay. However, her plea for a quicker trial did not gain support from any of her colleagues. While it remains to be seen if this call for action will lead to changes in how the court operates in the future, it certainly highlights Justice Barrett's commitment to moving cases along at a faster pace. We're diving into a fascinating topic: how Donald Trump's boundary-pushing tenure forced the nation's highest courts to grapple with how much power our presidents should wield. So, buckle up, and let's explore this intriguing chapter in American history. When he took office in 2017, many found it hard to believe that Trump might actually carry out his campaign promises. But boy, were we wrong. Over the course of 4 tumultuous years, Trump pushed the boundaries of presidential power to a degree never seen before. And when his time in office came to an end, the courts were left scrambling to figure out where to draw the line. Now, they're facing a big question: just how far can future presidents go? It's clear that our nation is at a crossroads, with a major decision looming on the horizon. So, stay tuned as this crucial conversation continues to unfold. Thank you for joining me in this discussion. If you enjoyed this video and want more engaging content like this, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.